In other news, the Guam Regional Transit Authority was grilled at an oversight hearing on overbilling concerns this morning, but GRTA contractor Kloppenburg Enterprises said they can account for every penny they bill the mass transit agency. Meantime, a former Adelup liaison and board member lodged some hefty allegations against the GRTA administration, saying the feds need to get involved. The oversight hearing was called for after a scathing audit by the Office of Public Accountability, which highlighted over $670,000 of misused funding. While the audit only sampled 2 weeks of invoices, one in 2016 and another in 2017, both former GRTA Adelup liaison Ray Tapasnia and former board member Ginger Porter said, based on their observations, overbilling may have been going on for nearly a decade. In fact, both said they alerted Adelup about possible misconduct, but instead of a solution to the glaring problem, opening their mouths cost them their jobs. Both Tapasnia and Porter did independent reviews of GRTA's finances, particularly of the agency's invoices, and both say they discovered discrepancies in the time logs and the hours Kloppenburg was charging the agency. After what Tapasnia described was a thorough review of GRTA finances, he concluded that the discrepancies within the agency were not the result of mere incompetence, but even something sinister in nature. Porter, meanwhile, said that her review of the agency's invoices reflected over 150 hours of billings and payment for services that were not delivered. Porter's findings contradicted what Kloppenburg reported to the GRTA board. In one of the months Porter reviewed, she claimed to have found nearly $11,000 in overpayment. Tapasnia also claimed that Kloppenburg was heavily cited by the federal government for its lack of compliance with ADA standards, saying Kloppenburg was at one point debarred. Kloppenburg Enterprises Vice President Brad Kloppenburg responded to this claim and allegations of overbilling, saying, quote, "That's news to me. I've never heard anything, so I'm not sure where he's getting his information." Kloppenburg told Oversight Chairman Senator Frank Uggan Jr. that he can account for every cent he's ever billed GRTA, but unfortunately, the auditor never bothered to consult with Kloppenburg as it conducted the audit. He offered to sit down with Senator Uggan to pore over every detail, saying he can prove the opposite is true, that they actually underbilled the mass transit agency. He believes that Porter has an axe to grind with Kloppenburg and GRTA executive manager Rick Augustine, and that her statements are a form of retribution. And the oversight hearing continued for 2 more hours. You can watch the hearing on the legislature's YouTube page.